Hey man, before we get into the lubricated crevices of this story, I'm gonna need you to know that this whole thing is completely fake. And I'm not just saying that in a comedic way to alleviate myself of facing any repercussions for any dumb actions that I've done in the past. If I say that, I won't get arrested, right? Let's be real. First impressions matter. Before you've even said a word to a person, they've already looked at your face. And if your skin looks dry, rough, or dull, they've noticed. And that's why a solid skincare routine is necessary. Like, I feel like it's not for them or just for say forgive. Wasn't once again school for sponsoring the video. So back when I was in high school, or back when I fake was in high school, I was in a school organization. Now, I'm not gonna say what this particular organization was, because once again, I don't want any of this getting traced back to me. Like, I don't even know if I should be telling this story on YouTube, which is what I would be saying if the story wasn't fake. Anywho, the organization that I was in would occasionally raise money. And one of the things that we would do to make bread is sell candy. Now, I never sold any of the candy because I was the treasurer. My job was to log the money that we made. And in my opinion, great decision making by the board. I mean, who better than Yoyo 808 to count cash? Clearly, I have a lot of extracurricular experience doing so. I mean, if someone were to ask me how I handle cash, I'd say I was uncircumcised the way my pockets is full of cheese. Have haste. I tell the lad that my pockets were gooning the way my money comes fast. I mean, you'd think I'm from Alabama the way I'm rolling in bread. Oh, great heavens! But my job was straightforward. I would give Billy a box of 20 candy bars. He'd sell 10, I'd log 10, and then stash the profits in the safe. And then once he sells his full 20, I just give him another box. It was easy and life was simple until I started my YouTube channel. Remember, I started YouTube in high school. But when I made that channel, something switched in my head. Suddenly, there was more on my mind than just candy and cash. I stopped seeing money as just profits for the org. Instead, the money started to look like funds that I could use to jumpstart my YouTube career.
Very nice, my friend. Just think of all those gold picks we could get our hands on, huh? Delísimo.
See, growing up, money was never a big deal to me. I was genuinely cool with being broke. It never stressed me out. I mean, probably because I was just a kid and had a hardworking mom that burdened the stress of bills and being broke, so I didn't have to. So, you know, love you, mom, thank you. But I really didn't have a desire to have things. Like, I read and drew all the time. Like, obviously, I liked things. Like, I enjoyed video games and toys, but I did find true joy in simpler activities, like playing outside or drawing. Like, life was literally sunshines and rainbows. But when YouTube came into the picture, everything changed. Suddenly, I felt like
the world was mine. You see, when there's something I need, really need, it doesn't matter who got it. I want it more than the next guy, and I'm gonna take it. That's how it works in this game. When you need something that bad, you make it yours. No questions asked.
something inside me woke up. Something dangerous. See, at first I wasn't doing storytime animations. I was making these art tutorial videos. Shit, there's probably some of you watching right now that used to watch those. And if you did, Thank you for sticking with me, because I know I know we've gone through ups and downs with style changes and consistency issues, content changes, and genuinely, if you've been here for all of that, I could not have done this for as long as that I've been doing it without you supporting me every step of the way. So genuinely, thank you. Bro, you're glazing!
You're doing tricks on my
this
shit.
This nigga did a fang over fang.
I did a backflip and stuck the landing.
All right. Now, those tutorial videos are relatively easy to make, so I would be able to knock out like 2 to 3 videos a week with relatively no issue at all. The only problem was that since they were art videos, I had to consistently purchase art supplies because art supplies run out. It's not like animation where you just buy one drawing tablet. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna run out of ink. You're gonna run out of paper, especially if you're using them heavy and doing mad layers and shading like I was doing. And another thing is that the paper that you use mattered too, because some papers just allow the ink to blend better. And I wanted my colors to look the best that they could because I wanted to blow up on YouTube. So I would buy moleskin sketchbooks, and those are pretty pricey. And then the markers that I would use.
Okay, Yoyo, you're complaining. A moleskin sketchbook is only like $30. How expensive could the markers be? A Crayola pack is like $5.
Copic markers. Any artist watching right now knows exactly what I'm about to say. These damn markers are the most overpriced, expensive markers on the face of this magical rock that we live on, nigga. But what gets me the most tight is that they're so fucking... They're good! They're good! I'm hooked! Like, I'm hooked, bro. I'm hooked! I'm hooked! No other marker, in my opinion, is on the same level as a Copic, unfortunately. Like, Copic, talk to me real quick. Talk to me. You have a great product, but your markers be off of a honey pack the way they be sucking the soul out of my savings.
Hey man, if you ain't got the bread, you could just say that for real.
You the one charging $7 for a single marker. It sounds like you need the bread. What you finna say?
I'ma say, hey yo, this nigga Yoyo talking crazy, but he ain't got nothing to back it. I'll pull out a big gun while his artsy ass still drawing tablets.
Okay. You gonna let that Copic talk to you? Drawing tablets, man. Everybody know Yoyo keep a pole like the POTUS. I mean, my double barrel shotgun got 2 cats for a target Copic.
Don't rope me into a beef, cause my mob ties will get you blamed too. Cause I got a Mexican shooter who don't fuck with niggas. He really can coon.
That nigga said adios.
Call him, I ain't hard to find. Fuck the marker. Young Don, why I even give you lines? Listen to me when I tell you this. I'ma really take my time. Cause I got some bullets that'll make Donald duck. But they'll still find a way to hit Don. Donald,
Trying to be gangster. He trying to be gangster. But I don't know though. Beefing with me will get you laid out, then EMS finna swipe him up like an IG promo. We can link in a bio. Give a fuck if it's cold, ho. Cause I'll boom at an 808. Bullets take his head off when I swing him by the dredge. He really look like a yo-yo.
What I'm saying is the markers were expensive. And I could feel myself slowly getting more spiteful of the fact that I couldn't afford them. Like the ones that I had got from like birthdays and stuff. I think I had like 12, 15, something like that. What do you do? This nigga don't pay no bills. And that feeling of spite and greed just wasn't good for my morals because it made me want to steal, bruh. Every time I logged a profit from our candy sales, I didn't see cash anymore. All I saw were Copic markers waving at me from the shelves, whispering, "Buy me, Yoyo. Unwrap me. Use the fluids inside of me." But I kept my cool. Come on, Yoyo. Stealing? No, that's not you.
Yeah, well, success ain't you either, kid. Those markers, they're the keys to your empire. What, you're gonna resort to crayons? Don't insult me. We're in this to win big, not playing the kiddie pool.
Stop. I don't need them.
Okay. Go ahead, Picasso.
My morals stayed intact. Pushing those thoughts away got tougher and tougher by the day. As my Copics got drier and drier, and my lust for more Copics got wetter and wetter. Ayo. Until one day, I had just gotten home from a long day at school. See, once again, when I started YouTube, I'll post like 3 videos a week. And on this particular day, I needed to have a video up by the next day, and I hadn't even started it. But situations like that never bothered me because I do have a genuine love for the hustle. Even now, I enjoy the process of growing multiple channels. I like seeing that growth. Brainstorming, grinding, coming up with new ideas, new workflows. That's kind of what keeps me interested in doing YouTube. So I was stressed, but there was nothing else that I really wanted to be doing with my time. So I got home, put my book bag down, I put my phone on top of a suitcase, that's how I recorded my art videos, and I start drawing. And then I stopped drawing. Why? Because I ran out of a certain color. It was a certain shade of blue and I was coloring in the sky and there was no way I could finish the piece without this color. And there was no way I could get it. So furiously, I slammed my sketchbook closed and just laid on my bed. And I remember this really getting to me because in this situation, there was genuinely nothing I could do. And I wasn't going to get a video out tomorrow, not because I was lazy, not because I messed up on the drawing, but because I was broke. And that stung. It stung enough for me to listen to the voice.
You see, this is what happens when you try to play it straight. You lose, you fall, you fail. In this world, the only way to climb is by stepping on those below you. You gotta make sacrifices, kid. And sometimes those sacrifices aren't even yours to make. Capiche? Just do it.
You're right. So I go to school the next day, and the time comes for me to count the money. And there I am, just staring at a pile of cash on the table. $500. I look at the log and see Cynthia sold 13 candy bars. So I take off 3, and that's $25. I don't remember how much the candy bars were, but for the sake of the story and making the math easier, we're gonna say they were $5, so I took $25. Wait, $15. So 5, 10, 15.
Stupid.
Yeah, so I take $15. So I take the 15, put it in my bag, log the rest of the money, and after school, I walk to a CVS down the street and use the dirty money to buy a prepaid Visa card because I didn't have a bank account. This is actually the same CVS that I talked about in my, I think it was my thought video, because I was like, I got money from something. This is what I was talking about. This is the situation I was talking about. If I remember, I could play a clip. But anyways, I went home, went on this website that I ordered my Copics off of. I got the Copics I needed and a refill capsule for the markers as well. And I'm just looking at the order process window on my screen, feeling horrible. But the markers arrived and the video got done and posted. I really did it. I got away with embezzlement. Allegedly, in this fake story. So life keeps moving forward and I continue to make my videos, and one of them actually gets a decent bit of traction. It was either an Inktober video or like a black hair tutorial video. I don't remember which one it was, but I knew I wanted to capitalize off of it and make another video relatively quickly. So I decided to work on a big piece for a video because bigger pieces usually did better on my channel. I start the drawing and I'm coloring, and then once again, I run out of ink on multiple markers. And the voice, let's name him the Don, speaks to me again.
Ah, look at you, kid. You grabbed what you needed, and now look at you, sitting higher than you ever dreamed possible. And that was just with 25 bucks. Just a little taste, huh? Now imagine what we could pull off with 200. We could run this town, Yo-Yo. It's time to think bigger, time to play smarter. With that kind of dough, we could secure everything you ever wanted and more. You just gotta be bold, kid. You ready to make your real place? Then do it.
I don't know, Don. I just don't think stealing $200 is the right thing to do.
Then stay broke. Stop with the good guy act. I know what you really are. You're a thief. A selfish thief who likes to pretend like he cares. You want those markers. Admit it. Yo-Yo, you crave them. I'm just a figment of your imagination. I wouldn't even exist if you didn't harbor these desires deep within you. So stop lying to yourself. Take the markers. Embrace who you really are, not who you pretend to be. Steal the money.
So I concede. I head to school with one objective and one objective only: to leave that hole with $200. An amount of money that would change the entire trajectory of my YouTube career. With the markers that money could buy, I could draw whatever I wanted. I wouldn't have to worry about markers running low. I could get any color I desired. I was nervous, but I was more than motivated. Now, this isn't the actual math because I don't remember what the actual math was, but I'm gonna say $200 is the equivalent to like 40 candy bars. I don't remember. Now, I just can't take 40 candy bars from one person like how I did Cynthia. That would be too obvious in the logs. So what I needed to do was take a little off the top from everyone, and it couldn't all be the same number either. Like I couldn't subtract 2 bars from 20 people because that would also be equally as obvious. So I decided I would divide it among 15 different people in different classes. Like I'll make some people miss only 1 candy bar, others 3, others 2, others 5. And I just had to do that to make it equal 40. So I grabbed my log sheet and get to logging. Now, when I counted bread, I'd have multiple stacks of cash. I'd have the 1s in one place, the 5s in another, the 10s in another. But when I would log a missing bar, I would then take $5, be it 5 1s, a 5, or a 10 if I, you know what I'm saying? I would put that in its own pile. That way, like once I did the math, I could just take the pile and put it in my book bag. But it looked obvious as hell because there would be neat stacks of money and then a random stack that had mixed bills in it. So when I was doing this, it was essential that I moved quickly because the desk that I was at was facing the wall. So I couldn't see the door when people walked into the office. So if someone came in, I wouldn't even know. Yo, how's the counting going? I slammed my hand on that table hard as an industrial crane could not remove my hand from that table, bro. I turn around and it's my teacher, the leader of the org. He's talking to me about how the org has been making money and da-da-da-da-da-da. And as he's like yammering on, he wanders by and looks at my log sheet. Oh, Jamie only sold 17 bars. I thought he sold a whole box. I saw you give it to him early. Oh, 20 in a box. Oh, shoot. I think Marcus sold 17. I must have put Jamie's box instead of Marcus's. My fault. Wait, Suzanne only sold 13? I could have sworn I heard her in the hallway talking about how she sold 15 and not the full 20. Yo, this sheet is completely wrong. The teacher is absolutely cooking me, bro. He gets to talking about how logging this correctly is very important and all that, but the only thing I can focus on is the wad of cash under my hand. If this man tells me to get up or move away in any fashion, I'm cooked, because how the fuck can I explain a wad of cash falling out of my hands if I stand up? He continues to talk and I say, you know what? I must not have been paying attention. I combine all the stacks as quickly as I can, adding the stack that was under my arm into it. And I just tell him I'll recount and log everything again. Then he goes, allow me to help. I'll just get my glasses. He goes into his office and I destroy the fuck out of that log sheet I filled out and grab a new one. So I end up spending the rest of the time counting the money with my teacher, and it all works out. All the numbers make sense. There it is, Yo-Yo. I'm glad we avoided that. Good job. You've been doing great as a treasurer. He leaves and I just take a new sheet and refill in what I had written, because I still need my $200. I ain't gonna lie. But now I don't have to do it as meticulously, because it doesn't matter if it looks obvious, because the teacher literally looked at and signed the log. So like, that's going in the books. He's not even gonna second guess that. So I put the sheet in the binder, put the money in the safe, and then I take my stack of $200.
Well. You did it, kid. How does it feel to have the whole world in your hands?
I don't like this feeling. It's not right.
Don't start with that again, huh? You've got the money in your hand. You've already stepped into the game. You're like me, whether you're ready to admit it or not.
I know I'm a bad person, but not because I stole. It's because what I'm about to do.
Oh, this guy. You haven't got the guts, kid. Put that thing down before you hurt yourself.
I know I'm wrong for stealing. I know. But I am not like you. I won't become you.
This isn't a game anymore, Yo-Yo. Don't escalate this into something you can't walk away from. Put it down.
I'll put you down first.
You wouldn't dare. You don't have it in you, boy. You're not a killer. You're just a scared kid playing with fire.
Maybe you're wrong about me. Maybe I've changed.
Changed? You? You think pulling the trigger makes you a man? Makes you powerful? No. It makes you more like me than you want to admit.
Maybe so. But if becoming you is what it takes to stop this, to stop you, then maybe that's what I have to accept.
Then do it.
I will!
Prove you're not just a little boy lost in a man's world.
I will!
Go on. Do it!
Ah! And that was it. I went home, ordered more copies than I could count, and continued on with my YouTube journey with no more hiccups. I think I graduated high school with about 4,000 subscribers. And that was only the start. I mean, with years of perseverance and you guys supporting me, I was able to get to where I am today. And as for the Don, well, life has a funny way of going full circle, because I continued to use those markers. One day I was in an Uber, and when I got out, I left the markers by my feet. Didn't realize it until the next day. But when I called the Uber to ask if my markers were still there, he said no. Some lucky bastard had gotten into the Uber and taken them. And I had to buy all of those Copics again. But I couldn't even get mad as if they were stolen, because I was able to buy new Copics with money I had made off of my art on YouTube. So if you were to take anything from the story, let it be this. Making mistakes is...
If you want to take anything from this story, take this. Don't steal. That fucking simple. Don't steal. Get a fucking job. Don't steal.
It's part of being a human being. But no mistake ever goes unchecked. It always comes full circle. What goes around comes around. And sometimes wrongs can become rights. The Copics I stole to bring myself up are somewhere now helping an artist who needed them. Or perhaps they were sold by someone who needed the money. All in all, the dirty money went to someone in need. And it all balanced out. Fictionally, of course, because this story is not real. I'll be good, right? Just put your hands on the roof of the car.
Wow. Yeah. Moral of the story, don't steal. Please don't steal. Get a job and get that shit yourself.